I'm back. I am back. Ooh, my arm looks weird. Ooh. It has been such a long time since I have done a book review. And I don't know when the last one I did. I know it was like a long time ago. So I am back with another book review. Really excited about this one. It is going to be on Wildflower by Drew Barrymore. I had actually read this book a couple months ago, not gonna lie. So it's not a recent read, unfortunately. But I really enjoyed it. I enjoy reading all types of biography, autobiography, whatever types of books. I really like the cover. Can we just talk about the cover? And then the back where she's just jumping. I mean, I guess she really likes jumping. I actually really like it, and it's just very subtle and very, it's like a coffee book table, you know? I read this within 2 days. It was that good. It just really got me from the start. You know, I grew up watching Drew Barrymore movies. E.T., Ever After, Scream. And I just think she is one of those just universal actresses. And just, she seems very down to earth. Especially her life stories. In these books, she doesn't go into very great detail about, you know, her past, you know, of her being a rebel. She does mainly talk about her life now. But she does give stories about, you know, how she was a bit rebellious back in the day. And I know there was one story that really just glued into my mind, where she was with some friends. They were at I think they were at a club or whatever, and she had to park her car in a garage. But when she went back to get the car, she found out that it was locked, so she had to climb over the fence. She got the car, but then obviously the gate was closed, so she ends up running the car into the gate. And I think what I love about Drew Barrymore is that she gives off a very maternal vibe, but she also gives off a sort of free-worded type of vibe. She's not harsh in choosing her words. I feel like, I don't know, she has that very, you know, Californian type of voice that I can hear in my head as I was reading this book. I don't know, it's really weird to describe. She just has that sort of voice that you remember. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But, I mean, I think the way that she wrote this book was very nice, and she goes into detail a lot about her children. She dedicated one chapter each to her daughters, and I think it was just really sweet. She gives off a very sweet sort of vibe in this book, but she's also like badass. I mean, she talks about filming, you know, Charlie's Angels a bit, and she talks about her relationship with Cameron Diaz when they were filming, and she also talks about her own company and how she got to filming all her movies with Adam Sandler. It's not in chronological order. She kind of jumps from, you know, one story to another, but they kind of transition in a way. Like if she's talking about her younger self, she somehow goes into her daughter. Just her talking about her life and how she struggled growing up. I mean, the girl was emancipated by the courts from her mother at 15, and she still managed to have a relationship with her mother, which I actually found very interesting to read about. She talks about a little bit, not so much about her dad, not a lot. She mainly focuses on her backstory, like when she went skydiving with Cameron Diaz, and just, I mean, I would like to go skydiving, but at the same time, it's kind of like, ooh, do I really want to end up like a cartoon character on the ground, you know? I also particularly like how she labeled all the chapter titles. I mean, My Beautiful Laundrette is just one thing, and that immediately tells me, you know, she's talking about the beginning of her life by herself, living by herself, having to, you know, become an adult ahead of time at the age of 14, 15. And then she talks a little bit about E.T. She does dedicate a chapter about that, but it's more about behind the scenes, like when she was having to go to school and, you know, all like that. The Blue Angel chapter was the one that I was talking about, where she was with her friends at a club and they had to get the car, which I thought honestly was so funny. She does talk a little bit about her friends and how she started up her business. And I think for me, what I really liked about this book was that it was like a no bullshit type of book. She gave enough for us as readers to be occupied, to keep entertained, to kind of go as you're reading each page, you know, as you're turning each page, it's like, should that really happen? And it's like, the way that she's saying it, it's like, that had to happen. I mean, oh. And so, I would totally recommend this if you guys are looking for a new book, especially if you guys like biographies. When I saw that she released a book, I think she has 2 books now. I mean, she also talks about not only releasing this book, but I don't think she really talks about her other book. I know it was more of a photography type of book. But she does have makeup, she has clothing, she has like all these different things where it's like she's slowly expanding into different parts of the entertainment world, not just movies. She's directing, she's producing, she is starring in them. She's, you know, going over the scripts and things like that, but she's also having the time to launch her makeup brand. She's having the time to take care of her kids. It's like, being a mom must be hard. So I think that's what makes me appreciate the book even more, because she is very grateful for what she has. She, literally in each chapter, you can hear, you can feel it radiating out of the pages into your soul, that she is just so grateful for her life now, especially for her children. So I totally recommend this book. As I've said before, it is a really pleasing type of book. I guess I could label it like that. Just really eye-opening and very in a thoughtful sense of book. So that is it for this book review, book thoughts, book corner, however you guys want to call it. I'll try and post new books. And so now onto what I am reading now. Dun 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 dun. Yep, I'm finally reading George R.R. Martin's A Dance with Dragons. I had read the last 2 back to back, which I kind of feel like was a big mistake, because by the time I was finishing the last one, or the latest one, the previous one, I was kind of getting a little bit overwhelmed by it. And so that was about maybe a year ago. So I was able to read plenty more books. So that is what I am reading right now. And now I don't feel so overwhelmed. I just, you know, barely started it because school, obviously, but luckily school is ending very, very soon in May. I'm very, very excited about that. So I will be able to finish this, hopefully. Usually these take me about a month, because I am a slow reader and I like to relish in this world. So I will see you guys in my next video. I will try to do another book review very, very soon. I don't know what of, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!